I guess some initial thoughts on the game. Just proud of our kids' focus. You know, there was obviously a lot going on, potential distractions from the game and the rematch, the stadium. And I just thought our guys came out really focused and they played hard. They were disciplined. I wish we would have performed a little better in the red zone in the first half offensively, but we were able to get it down in the second half and being really effective in the second half of putting the ball in the end zone. And then our defense, you know, they have a lot of talented players in that offensive team that they have. And our defense kind of bend but not break there for a little while, and then just their ability to get third down stops was, I thought, really impressive. And I really liked the way Key spread the ball around tonight. I thought there was a variety of guys making plays. Jadon Mickens, really good night. John Ross, Kaysen on the one drive, bang, bang, 2 plays in a row. Bishop was Bishop. I thought our offensive line performed really well tonight. It was nice to see Dwayne Washington do what he did. It's great to have all of the guys back that were coming off of our ACLs. I mean, when you think about Colin Tanagawa, Deontay Cooper, Jesse Collier, Holy, Kikaha, geez, I feel like I'm missing somebody, but all those guys back, and they all played and performed, so it was a cool night. I was happy for our fans. I thought our players represented what Husky football should be about, because we knew it was going to be a dogfight. That's a good football team, and our guys performed.
Sark, was there anything about the atmosphere that maybe surprised you or took you a little?
You know, I tried to tune it out. We've been talking about it for a month now about, again, the stadium's great and we love it. Our fans are amazing, but what was going to make tonight special and what will make future nights special in this stadium is the way we play the game. And we've been talking all along about having quiet minds and focusing on the task at hand. And we can go back and watch the TV copy and see what the fans look like, but we didn't. That wasn't our focus. Our focus was on the next play and taking a deep breath and focusing on the next snap. And I thought our guys really did a good job of that tonight.
Steve, what was your reaction to Keith's first throw and pick? And did you say anything to him? And what do you think about how he reacted to that?
We got him. You know, it was something we thought we could get him on. We set it up with the first play. We thought we'd get him on the second play. And he might have underthrown it a hair. Their kid made a good play. You know, it was one play of many. I don't know how many final plays we ended up running, but I thought he came back great. Keith made good decisions tonight. There's going to be some plays he'll want back, like we all do after games, and we look at calls and plays and whatnot. But I thought he was sure efficient and threw the ball well down the field, which is something we wanted to do. We wanted to create more explosive plays in our offense, and he was able to do that tonight. And then he used his legs. I mean, that one touchdown, pump faking, avoiding the guy, and finding Perkins in the back of the end zone was a heck of a play. A couple other scrambles, a couple other times on runs where he pulled the ball and then spit it out and got yards. He played like a point guard tonight, which in this system you need to play like, and I thought he distributed the ball really well.
And why didn't we see Austin?
In the end, with the tempo, is that kind of where you want to be, you think? Or?
It's just where it went tonight, you know. It was kind of weird at the end to slow down. We had just been going so fast for so long. But I thought our guys responded really well. We looked very well conditioned. I thought we didn't look fatigued. And that's the point of doing what we were doing. I thought our guys went really fast when we wanted to go really fast. But yet it wasn't fast and just chaotic. It was fast and we executed.
How about John Ross?
He's fast. He's a fast football player. You know, I think we got a little glimpse of him there on a couple plays, the seam route, and then the kickoff return. So I think he's got a bright future for us.
Steve, that first half was 52 offensive plays. Is that above what you expected?
Well, it was the way the game was going. They were going really fast. We were going really fast, and the way it was going, you know, I was a little disheartened that we were only walked off the field with 10 points on the board, quite honestly. When you have 313 yards and 50 plays, or whatever it is, and in the red zone when we were, and to come out, and that was a big point of emphasis in this game. We got stopped on the 4th and 1 and had to settle for the other field goal. Really felt like we could have had more points, and so we didn't panic. I thought the staff did a good job of coming in and saying, hey, let's stick with what we're doing. It's working, and we don't have to try to reinvent the wheel here in the second half. Just trust what we're doing and allow our guys to make their plays in space.
You have 8 penalties for 61 yards. Is that kind of disheartening tonight? You only had mostly good tonight. You had 8 penalties for 61.
Yeah, we had a couple pre-snap penalties. You know, offensively, we got a little. got a little disjointed as far as kind of when the ball was getting spotted and not. Had an unfortunate holding penalty, which I think we can clean up on their sidelines. I think by Kevin Smith. We had a holding penalty, I think, on 59 on Ben Riva, and they called us for a post chop on an interior run, which I have to look at the film to see. So it wasn't just one thing. You know, I will say this: I'd much rather our guys play hard, and if that means we're going to get a couple penalties, I'd much rather that than being passive and coming here and looking at one penalty for 5 yards. You know, so we'll clean the stuff up we need to clean up, but we're playing hard.
Steve, your pass rush, your thoughts on just the overall?
Well, it was hard, man, because the tempo that they were going at, you get fatigued. And I think we'll get better. I think we had a couple chances to really get home, and we missed. And I think that's just with Holy getting more comfortable being back in there again and being a little bit fatigued. I thought one of the most impressive things from our defense is we kept the ball in front of us. You know, if you remember back to the bowl game, a couple double moves, a trick play, the ball got over our head for big plays. We kept the ball in front of us today. We rallied, and our tackling improved as the game went on. And that's always one of the concerns in the first game is just tackling people, you know, because we don't get to do it all the time in practice. So all in all, we got plenty of stuff to work on, believe me. I know what the scoreboard says, but we got to get back to work. And the beauty for us is we get a bye next week before we go to Chicago to play a little.
And Danny was out for Danny Shelton for a while, looks like maybe.
No, it's just fatigue. I mean, that's a lot of plays. I don't know how many plays they had. I apologize.
88.
They had 88, and that's a lot of football to be playing, you know. And I think that's the world that we're living in, and that's the beauty of our roster today, as we touched on since the beginning of training camp. We have really good depth on this team, and we can rotate guys in there. I don't know how many D linemen played today, but it sure felt like a lot of them were shuttling in and out. And we're going to need to do that because of the tempo we're playing at offensively. Our opponents are going to get a lot of snaps too.
Why didn't we see Austin today, and will we see him in game 2?
Well, I apologize. What was the beginning part of the question?
Why didn't we see Austin in today's game, and will we see him in Illinois?
You'll see him in Illinois. He had a disciplinary action from our team that we'll keep internal.
You know what Kim said? He wasn't listed at the start, but started kind of pretty soon after that. Was that similar? Is that fair to say? Or?
Whatever you want it to be. I don't have to comment on it.
What's the key to maintain this momentum through the bye week and out to the road?
Practice. We got to practice really well, and that starts Monday morning. We need to, fix the things that are fixable right away. We need to dive right into the game plan for Illinois and what we want to try to get done and start that process as well. And we need to look at areas on our team where maybe some guys didn't play as much, where we could roll more guys in to keep our depth and our how fresh we need to be late in the ball game in the fourth quarter. I thought today one of the really cool moments in the third quarter was when we were rolling pretty good offensively, and they took a timeout, and you could almost feel the energy from our linemen and our skilled guys that they were fresh. And so I like where we're at from a conditioning standpoint. We need to maintain that through the bye week as we get into the next game.
Even